people. So, I'm coming at you again today with a dinosaur video. I've been wanting to do dinosaur videos more and more lately, and I finally got hit with one. Much like last week's video, apparently one of my cats wanted to be very, very involved with my drawing this time around. So, as you see her coming in and out, this is Penny. She is my Swedish cat. I have two cats that we brought from Texas and one cat from Sweden. And she is very insistent when she wants attention and is adorable. Has a very angry tail and no teeth. So enjoy, Penny. To what I am drawing today, I was just flipping around through Instagram and came across a fossil page that had what looked like a teeny weeny plesiosaur fossil. And like, when I say teeny weeny, I mean like gecko-sized. And I could not help but outwardly squee and show it to my husband because it was seriously one of the most adorable things I had ever seen. So I wanted to draw one, and I did some research. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit when you can see what I'm doing. Because like I said, Penny's very insistent and really wanted to be involved with her butt. Yeah. So, let's talk about the dinosaur, shall we? So, looking into it, it was a Keichousaurus, which is a marine reptile from the close of the Triassic, in the Triassic-Jurassic extinction event. And it's not actually a plesiosaur, it's a pachyplesiosaur, which is a primitive reptile, long necks, paddle legs, most often couldn't walk on land. They think there's a few that might have been able to because of how the bones are arranged in their shoulders, but no, they were like mostly purely aquatic. And in a lot of the recreation artworks I've seen, they kind of give them the legs of kind of a water turtle, not like a sea turtle, but like, you know, a red-eared slider or one of those. Which makes sense because these guys were supposed to live in marshy water. So I like to imagine them as if you crossed a plesiosaur with a tiny turtle. And by tiny, these guys were tiny. Like, a lot of fossils of them are found with this guy as long as your finger. It's like a knoll or like a tiny little gecko or something. And the tininess is so adorable. I just cannot hold in my joy at the thought of the teeny tiny little reptiles swimming around. Adorable. So they were found in China, and the first specimen was found in 1957. And what makes these guys so specifically cool is they're actually incredibly common, and because of their small size, they're not just incredibly common, but they're often found as complete skeletons. They range anywhere between like the length of your thumb to the length of your hand. I originally, when drawing this, wanted to draw it life size, and I think I went a little bigger, but there probably was something similar. I mean, it was just a really big one. But it's just so small, and it just looks like it would make such a good pet, and I want to pet it. Even with his little, like, crooked fish eater teeth. It's just so cute. But because they're so often found as complete skeletons, and they're very common, or maybe not very common, but pretty common, fossil collectors are like super into them. And even while I was doing the research for this video, I found tons. Like, you Google a Keichousaurus, and literally most of what you find is people selling fossils, and they have some for as little as like $500 US. And I mean, there's ones that go over 1,000, but like, for a complete, skeleton of a dinosaur thing, that's cool. Other facts about these little cuties is they are thought to have possibly done live birth, or at least like held the eggs inside and had them hatch, because they, one, would have been unable to go onto land, like I said earlier, because their shoulder-like arrangement. But they've also found a couple specimens that have smaller of the same species inside of them, and, it's not anywhere near the stomach, so they're assuming it's where the uterus was. So that's cool. They also practiced a type of swimming called underwater flight, like the larger plesiosaurs, and apparently scientists have looked at these guys to try and figure out more information about large plesiosaurs and stuff like that. Because these guys are so often complete, we have a much better record of sizes and lengths of things and how they moved and all of that, so we can actually look at that when thinking about larger marine reptiles. I had wanted to color this guy a lot darker, but I am apparently still afeared of doing things too dark. I was trying to give him the patterning of a map turtle with like the yellow stripes and the darker coloration, because again, they're just kind of like turtles and I love them. Shellless, long-legged, long-tailed, long-necked, plesiosaur-faced turtles. Yeah. The two ones that are supposed to be farther away, like, they found skeletons of these guys complete at that size, which is crazy to me. Because it's just so small. Like, small spelled S-M-O-L. I gotta say, I'm doing this in my sketchbook, and as much as I love this sketchbook, I probably should have done this on watercolor paper. Thank you, Loud Seagull. Because it does definitely get warpy, but it was fun. It was experience, and I haven't done a proper realistic dino in a little while. And I wanted to. Also, I found my magenta watercolor pencil again. Woo. It's nice to have it back. Yes, let's zoom in. Look at the detail. I'm being obnoxious. But what made me so excited about these little dudes is I just imagine people having a fish tank with adorable marine reptiles swimming around in them. They did breathe air. Definitely, weren't gilled or anything like that because, they were reptiles. But I feel like I still have to say that. And they had the jaggedy, pointy out sideways teeth of many fish eaters. So they kind of had derpy faces, and like in a lot of the pictures I've seen, their eyes are like right on the tops of their heads, which I kind of tried to do, but I'm not sure if that came through or not. It looks very snake-like in my drawing, where it looks just plain derpy in a lot of the other drawings I've seen of these guys. Which also adds to the adorableness, let's be honest. Anyway, here's our Keichousaurus. In all of his cute, wondrous glory. I just, if I felt like the need for drawing hands, I kind of want to see one of these being held, because again, I think it would be so adorable, because out of the water they would probably be so flabby and just so cute. So cute. Thank you for joining me for my adorable gushing today, and I guess I will see you guys next week. Until then, thank you, and to my patrons, thank you for putting up with me. Jamie, Hans, Mom, Dad, Cindy, and Kaze, and everyone else. I will see you later. Bye.